Hey there folks, I'm Bryce Holdaway, he's Ben Kingsley, and we're the co-hosts of The Property Couch, which is the insider's guide to property investing. And today we want to show you how we help people build portfolios for a passive income. But it's not just about investing on its own, there's so much to unpack, Ben.
There is, it's a game, okay? And there is a science to this game. So what we've decided to do is, well, we're going to show you how we play the game of property investing. So you can see there's some cards behind us. We're going to talk to those cards and we're going to give you a bit of a sneak peek in terms of how we play the game of property investing, aren't we, Bryce?
We certainly are, because we've got the view that searching is not researching. When it comes to residential real estate, there is no two properties that are the same. I always think it's like a fingerprint, Ben, that even though there are subtle similarities, they are always different. So just because you live in a property or just because you rent a property doesn't necessarily mean that you understand property. And we're going to make that a thing of the past, Ben, because once you finish watching this video, hopefully all of you will better understand a few things. Supply and demand.
Absolutely.
And the practicality test.
The practicality test, the human interest and human behaviour drivers, getting into the buyer psychology. We want to 10x your property investment results. And we're going to show you how to do that. So why don't we go back here? All right, so let's take a quick look. Why do we do this, Bryce? Why do we invest in property?
Well, ultimately, it's not to just impress our friends with how many properties we have. It's to provide a passive income so that we can get two things back: our time and our experiences. And that's what it's all about.
It is. So we're talking about trying to create passive income. We're also trying to make sure that through research and through understanding the psychology of the buyer, you can get an outperform result with your property investing. So a little teaser here, Bryce, haven't we? We just want to talk through these, and then on the other side of this video, we're going to unpack that in a greater capacity so you can really get to see how two experts go about selecting the best locations and the best properties in those locations.
That's very true, Ben. So the number one point that we want to get across right here, right now is very, very simple. The market is generally made up of owner-occupiers and investors. But the important thing for investors to understand is we want to be targeting properties that cater to this market here of the owner-occupiers, not the investor market. Because quite simply, it's a numbers game. 70% of the market for any capital city or any built-up area is generally made up of owner-occupiers, and roughly 30% is made up of investors. So it actually just makes sense to chase this sector of the market than this one, Ben.
That's right, and all those people who watch our podcast understand this because we take the time to educate you about the science that is property investing, and this is no different. So when we get into the psychology, the human interest and human behaviour, we actually get to the next layer, which is the practical reasons why we invest and why they buy what they buy. Because they buy with their heart, Bryce, don't they? They don't buy with their head. So naturally, they're the ones who are pushing the value higher. So on the other side of this video, you'll be able to see exactly how we go about doing this. So let's give them a little teaser, Bryce. Who are some of the players and what are some of the variables that we look at?
Yeah, well, for most people, the property is going to be driven by three variables. Economic activity, where am I going to earn my income? Human interest, which is largely the things that people want to do on the weekend or the thing that drives them to be in the suburb. And human behaviour, are they time poor? Do they need to be close to the city? All those sorts of things. So economic activity, human interest and human behaviour.
That's right, and it comes down to also supply and demand. So there's this classic case of supply. If it's in abundance, then technically prices won't grow. But if it's scarce, if there's some scarcity around what these people are looking to buy, ultimately you can find these nuggets of gold and get the best location and buy the best asset. And that sort of links into this sort of concept of when we've got this audience, Bryce, if you just want to jump out there, you can see basically we've got different types of people looking to buy, to connect, and they're trying to make decisions on the types of properties that they buy and the floor plans and the locations and the lifestyle drivers attached to that. So you can understand there's lots of moving parts. And on the other side, as I've said before of this video, we're going to unpack it. We're going to see exactly how we put the game of property investment together.
So the question for you folks is this: do you want to understand the game of property investing? Because if it's you, click on the link underneath this video and we'll take you to the next one where we're going to show you how all of this works, how it all comes together. And if you can satisfy the practicality test, as Ben said before, chances are you will 10x your property investment results. So we'll see you on the other side.